of you in Georgetown, Guyana, and the diaspora and elsewhere. Fellow Guyanese, friends all, and haters alike. I want to address you all on behalf of something very, very important. And also the third world leaders around the world, Africa, Caribbean, India, etc. I want to make this clear. I am asking all of you educated men and women who are living in foreign countries, those from the third world who hate the white man, who hate the Indian man, who hate the Chinese man, and who hate his own countryman, something not right. You are full of hate, jealousy. Is it because you are inbred with illiterateness, ignorance? So before I start, I kindly ask everyone to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you will get the next updated video. I know in India, Hindus support a Hindu leader because of Hinduism. And in Pakistan and other areas where the Muslims are plenty, they do likewise to their Muslim once is a Muslim leader. And in a Christian society with Catholics and other denominations, sometimes they do the same. I think this is in the great land of America, John F. Kennedy was the first Catholic leader. I don't know how true it is, it's alleged. So, not only India and Africa having problem with religious fanatics and ideas and tribal affair, most African nation tribes want their own tribes to rule them, even if they have to sell you to slave, like the ancestor has done. That create one of the biggest human catastrophe for the black race unto this day. In every foreign country out of Africa, where they are the descendant of Africans, Brazil, Caribbean, Fiji, England, America, I am tired with this word emancipation. My friends, if you are free and you're out of Africa and you are blaming the European as the white man, I will beg you, you could stop it. Go back to Africa where you are from. Find your identity and you will fit in. Because you was born in Guyana or the Caribbean and elsewhere, and you are denying your birthrights. But yet for all, you call on Allah, Bhagwan, and God. Then, and I'm talking to you, the black race, the amount of crime that you say the European as the white man has done to your ancestor, I think if you all get a nuclear device and they're all together, you all will get rid of them. But I want you all to know, every race on the face of this earth play a major role. And if we are going to talk about what they do to Africa, then we must close the Holy Quran, the Holy Bible. Well, I don't know much about the Vedas and the Ramayana because the name of the book speaks for itself. My friends, I'm a dunce. I'm very illiterate, very argumentative. I'm a drug lord. I'm a drunkard. And I'm also a killer. So let my critics hear, when you're using words, know what you are saying to people. Because he who kills can be killed. And if you kill people's family, time is a four-letter word like the four corners of the earth. East, west, north, and south. In every race, they are good and they are bad. And I'm tired to say that God made man in his own image and likeness. Modern man are discriminating against it and using the word white man, black man, brown man, yellow man. You all got to come up with this illiterate nonsense. I mean, I would like to be the king of the illiteracy. I don't want nobody to take me my throne, man. Come on. For God's sake. Y'all will give me that? My ancestors also were slaves. Blacks and Indians, I got your blood in me. Chinese, Portuguese, they were slaves. European was slave. But let's draw a line into the sand or under the sky. And let's get into the realistic reality of argument. Was the white man enslaved Abraham woman that he had sex with? Or was Abraham a black man or a white man? Because you, the black people, seems to have a mountain on your shoulder, not a chip. You got to come off of it, man. Civilization have come a long way, and it got many more roads to go. But if we can continue humiliating the white man this, the white man that, but never give him credit for nothing good, we are looking for problem. For all who make comments on my program, I have to thank you. I can't get back to all of you. But you have my telephone number, 347-340-2628 and 646-427-7245. So for all who got me also in Messenger, please, it's not that I don't want to have anything to do with you, but it's easy to get me on WhatsApp. Depends upon the time zone. My friends, we are all human into this world. We are separated by east, west, north, and south. And if it was not for the European, you and I and others out of India, China, and Africa would not have been in this part of the world. In one of my comments from someone wrote there were 200 million black people more than him out of India, South India. He's not lying. They call them Madras, who happen to be the relative of my grandfather and a relative of mine. But regardless where we came from, we are here today. And we must all work together so we can leave the world better than our ancestors, present and past, so our generation can go forward and do great things. Today you have television, you have cell phone, you have all kinds of things. You got guns, you have bombs. And what we do? We have cars, planes, helicopters, submarine. Until a couple of billionaires went down to see another sinking ship called the Titanic, when they could utilize the money and give to the poor. But that's the people believe, and that's their rights. Today, I sit in this chair to speak to Guyanese now. When I read comments from the diaspora and else of Guyana on Facebook or elsewhere, you could feel the jealousy, the bitterness. And when people pick and choose to identify something that happens to blame another side, please dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Take the Sonny Trotman affair, where 40-something people lost their life. Every human being heard that tragedy should be sympathetic. And we said it should never happen. But at the same time, those who spoke and called the Sonny Trotman episode that the people should be martyred. Yes, you are right. But what happened to those Indian children in Mackenzie and Wisma? That bottle was pushed into their private parts and they were turned to pieces by black people. Savages, racists, in the 60s. Now I mix. So I'm telling all of you, what happened with Guyana? 230-something thousand blacks, where 80% have chosen their race to rule them. And the crime from the late Fast Burnham was extravagant to the other 5 nations. So I would sign an agreement that if I cannot prove it, kill me. But if I can prove it, the man who signed with me must bear the same fate that I want to bear if I cannot prove it. A woman or man. So why I'm trying to tell you, I'm confident of speaking the truth. If you do not want to create an episode to return to the 60s, we know it happens, but if we could bring it back to justify our belief and our crime against other race, then I will tell you the terrorists was those who start the crime, and if the other side do it, then they were only repaying to show that both sides can kill. And I believe in it. If you kill, I can kill too. But some of us don't believe in only killing the man or his colleagues who sent him. You're wasting time. That's why sometimes I want to identify myself and congratulate the suicide bombers who are taking their life and taking other people's life with them, because they're not mad people, friends. Don't kill innocent effing people. Don't rape their women and their daughters. Do not exploit them and jail them wrongfully. For God give us a short time on earth to do what is right and to spread humanity love and show mercy to our fellow brothers and sisters, whether you're white, Chinese, Indian, or black. In Guyana under Burnham, you call the East Indian the installed government. You call them racist. You have Indian with you who are with them. Ramjatan is one. Nagamutu and many more. Every race have good and bad amongst them. But you have Judas that come with you. Any man or woman who grew up in a religious house of fanatics or a political party with fanatics, and because they didn't get to be the emperor, the king, or the prince, and was kicked out to join you, you're a damn fool to even hug them. How do you know it's not Brutus or Judas come to destroy you? In order to catch a thief, you have to get another thief. How do you know that they are wholeheartedly supporting you when 98% of their relatives are still in the house that they were kicked out from? My friends, I tell you here today, I joined the WPA. I even joined UPNU. I joined the PPP but as a young kid, didn't know better until I walk away from it, because it was not the kind of life I wanted for me and my people, especially when I heard about communism and what it gave. It could be propaganda, but we were not educated to the world at large. Just as much as you, the Indian in Guyana, and the blacks. Today, with a cell phone, you can see the world in seconds. Historians lie a lot. And when I hear the white man take Africa resources, ask your black brothers in all over Africa what they do with the resources after they get it. Let me start. Nigeria. Think of it. And not forgetting Mr. Mugabe, and many, many more. Some of you, as I will say again, in Nigeria was Abacha. Take Haiti in the Caribbean. Papa Doc, Baby Doc, and all the Doc. Think of it. Think of the Caribbean. Where is the Arawak Indians? And Guyana. Many Amerindian young women was raped, as much as East Indian and others, by the black leaders, soldiers, and police. And if any one of you are alive who have committed that crime and have daughters, may the Lord curse the day, because you have to repent and ask forgiveness. You, the black man I'm talking to, who talk about the white man exploit you. He bring you out to Africa, you're lucky he brought you out. You all are doctors, scientists, professors. You all are soccer players, great musicians, actors, and actresses. These things happen for a reason, my friend. So if we want to blame somebody, we must blame Allah, Bhagwan, and God, because we got to go and find the Garden of Eden where it all began. Because Adam and Eve supposed to be the grandfather and the grandmother, not Abraham. As people say, I mean, if Abraham is the grandfather, then he is the father or the grandfather or father of Adam and Eve too. My friend, Let me be honest with you. And the world begin, brothers screwing their sisters, sisters making children. And if that was it from the beginning, we have the same curse in the African family, the Indian family, some corrupt European, and some corrupt other races. Like they say, Spanish race in the Caribbean, they love to do that. But again, they was ruled by the Moors for 500 or 700 years. See, I'm a part of everything, so I could tell you. My friends, let's unite and stop this BS. Let's look at Guyana with the Sonny Trotman affair, what blow up and kill 40-something people. We sympathize with those innocent people that lost their life. But we must sympathize with those children. An Indian that was beaten in Mackenzie, Wisma in the 60s, whether it was claimed that money was backed by the CIA and TUC Union, following an 80-day strike. And if you all want to dig up the old soul, as I said, the Indians are not racial people. They are just spiteful, vindictive, covetous, and they are very, very, very ungrateful and presumptuous and corrupt. But again, you have good and bad amongst every race, because you have good Indians, you have good black people, good European, white, good Chinese. But let's ask the third world leaders. When you are being elected to be a leader of a country, it is not your bloody country. You was given an opportunity to visualize and do the right thing for your nation. But instead of you do that, you thief and put the money in outside banking. Now the Arab bank, the Swiss bank, are you people not a bloody shame? Huh? We can make this world a great stepping stone for the coming of Jesus or Muhammad or whoever. But instead of we doing it, we are making it a graveyard and a place of hunger for our generation. My friends, I have seen what happened in Guyana, and they are blaming the president, Mr. Ali, and Barajaglio, and many more. And yes, you have a right, because blame game goes in politics. But I'm going to tell you here, all 65 members of parliament who are in parliament, having daughters, sons, young wife, if you all know that what happened to that Amerindian girl, and you all condole it, may God have mercy upon your offspring. And if you all know who burned the dome down, instead of accusing the young girls, Roma has it, plenty ministers used to go there and have sex with them on both sides of the fence. And police, it's alleged. So let me make it clear. And yes, the Amerindians are speaking out. But what amazed me, you Indians love to divide. You kill your own, you fight for property like the Ahmad Ali, Safras Ali, Yassin Ali at Latri, Bagastong, and Mohanlal of Ikenan. You are the one who start bribing magistrate, judge, and police to beat and lock up people who speak out against you. But between the two races, if we have to judge who have more good people, the black people is ahead of the game, because they are more cooperative, self-conscious, more loving and kind. But for the ignorance and the stupid one like the Indian race, is plenty uneducated, and you all can't even speak Hindi, but dancing and shaking up your hand like, I don't know what spring to say, but nevertheless, you call it your culture. Your bloody culture is English language and Guyanese. So I call upon all of you, unite for a better Guyana. If Ali is doing good, we have a right to support him. But if he's doing wrong, we have a right to come out in demonstration. But between me and you, he's doing better than Burnham, Hoyt, and all the rest. David Granger raised the salary. Did anyone of them reject it? But did they raise the police, the army, all civil servants? Every Guyanese need to have land to build their house, not squatters, and not renting. If the leaders was thinking There was vision that the people come first who put them there. Y'all are no different from Judas that vote for 30 silver and kill the Jesus. And then money talk, bullshit walk. The rich people bribe the hungry belly bastards them when Pontius Pilate risked his life to save Jesus. He defended him. And the way he spoke about Barabbas, he feel the people would have said, kill Barabbas and set Jesus free. But because you were hungry, you were threatened, you take the money and the rich man get what he wants, a thief like himself, a killer, a corrupt person. Well, I'm telling you here today, all judges, magistrates, and police, the time is coming when a lot of you will have to answer charges for locking up people wrongfully. I saw Mr. Kemrad Ramjatan speaking out against the PPP, and as a man he have a right, don't get me wrong. But where was Ramjatan when he locked up my son and asked to marry, because he was security minister, they stripped Anthony Snow naked and beat him. They used the black man to do the nasty work. And a black woman who get her period and make children didn't even see my son get medical help. And you're talking about equality and justice? Guyana will have a leader. Every man and woman shall be tried for their crime. I know y'all would like to kill a lot, but I tell you all here tonight, don't try that shit. Venezuela wants 60% of Guyana. The Amerindian people population in Venezuela is more. In Colombia is more. And in Brazil is more. And the indigenous people have organization. I call on the UN. I call on CARICOM heads of government to do something about it. That young woman who's on trial for the life of 20, I believe that she was threatened and being accused, and there were other people burned the place down. I believe so. I don't have the full proof, but it's alleged, contrary information, it was burned down because the Amerindian young women that were speaking out. And many more will speak out. And I think the secretary or whoever is in Guyana today from the US giving big shake hand on the street, my friend, your country was founded on humanity after your revolution. You open up Ellis Island in this country to the less fortunate. You have defended human rights and democracy around the world. But you have done a lot of injustice too to get what you want, but to make the world better. Today, 70% of the population of the world listen to you, from Mexico to Argentina, from the African continent. It is better to have friends than have enemies. For those who are our close ally as enemy, hit the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. According to information, it's alleged they all was Arab citizens from Saudi Arabia. All right? Because they claim Bin Laden's father was a big contractor with a lot of money, and he had his own plane, and he witnessed how they blow up a plane and kill his father and all this nonsense. It's alleged. I wasn't there. I'm following hearsay. So, Mr. Ali, it is time, yes, to bridge the countries, but we need hospital. We need housing. We need the people to be giving land and money to build a house for family. And I said again, you have many people who are in prison for far lesser crime of an accusation of a rape and a buggery. I don't think that girl was lying, but there is a God. If she were threatened or she was paid off, she had no choice but to listen. And I think the international community should have that woman and her family as a political asylum to whatever country they want to go. Because accident can happen. They can eat poison. Bandits can kick down the doors, like you all know it happened. Every political party, they got blood in their hand, whether they know it or know it not. from the no-good supporters, especially the illiterate ones. My friends, Guyana is not Africa, is not China, is not Europe, and is not India. So I urge you here today, as a Guyanese, I am not emancipated. May the good Lord rest those who was emancipated, and peace be unto them. But what are we setting as an example for them? They're lying in the grave and maybe regret. They should have stayed calm. But Coffee was a revolutionist, not an opportunist. Then you, the East Indian, you came as cheap labor, indentured slavery for a salary. Many went back, many stayed. Today I want you to know, you keep talking but day of arrival. Is your visa run out or you lost your passport, Partab? Prasad, Gangadin? Well, Mohammed, you divide already because Pakistan now, India divides, so I gotta call you Pakistani. If you could divide a country like India when the great Mahatma Gandhi begged Jinnah, he said, Jinnah, bye. I beg of you, for the love of Mother India, do not divide India. Give Jinnah all he wants in Parliament, but do not divide India. Naturam shooting. All right? I'm asking you in the name of Allah or Bhagwan or God. Let's stop this and unite and make Guyana a paradise. Let's unite. Let the past be the past. But for those who rape, who kill innocent people in our time, they must be tried. And if convicted, the nation must decide their fate. I believe in an eye for an eye. Because the European, as a white man, told Geronimo or Sitting Bull, or whoever bull he was, that an eye for an eye when an Indian kill a white man or a European. And then the chief replied, you white man believe an eye for an eye, we Indian believe 50 for 1. So I'm urging you in the name of Allah, Bhagwan God, put the bloody gun down and the hatred and look at the black man, the white man, the Chinese man, and the Indian man, and consider God make man. Love it, unite, and work together so we can have the paradise on earth and open up the door to those who remember us in our time of needs, and especially from the country that make you emancipated, that sold your ancestors. Open the door to the modern generation. They are not responsible. All right? For they themselves are in slavery at this present moment. And open the door to the East Indian of India who arrive. And the Chinese and the Portuguese. Because the mixed race and the Amerindian are the true Guyanese. Because they are not emancipated, they only emancipated. Okay, you understand? They are not salvation, they are living in starvation. So I call upon Mr. Ali, find a solution before the world closes in on us. And let justice be served. So for all who talking about martyr, let it be known, we condemn all death, whether black, Indian, Chinese, Amerindian, and we condemn all crime. But you Indian, you have a disease, covetous, vindictive, corrupt, and very spiteful. And you will do anything to destroy somebody, especially you like land. But when you're dead, where you go? Your skeleton, your bone will be taken over with mud. May God be with all of you. And I am your host, George Correa. Let's unite for a better Guyana with unity and support the government if they are doing good. Peaceful demonstration, my friends. All race must come out together with one voice, good or bad. Have a good day. May God be with every one of you. Thank you.